13 Martires. So magandang araw mga boss. This is BossTL again. Greetings from 13 Martires. Now we are here at 13 Martires ngayon. We spent the whole morning today. May mga inayos kasi tayo na mga papeles. What that is, yun ang pag-uusapan natin yan. Tara. Mga boss, we spent the entire morning dito sa 13 Martires. Actually, it has been that way for several days already. Since the start of the month of March, we have been coming back and forth here dito sa 13 Martires kasi nag-aayos tayo ng papeles. Bakit ganyo? Kasi malapit na tayo maging Caviteño mga boss. So shoutout sa mga taga Cavite. Magiging taga Cavite na rin ako in the coming days. Technically, yes, I would be an owner of a property here in the province of Cavite. Pero hindi necessarily titira na agad kami kasi lupa lang yung binili namin. So, yeah, yun, na-mention yun na just recently we bought a house here in Cavite. Actually, to be specific, we bought a house doon sa Tagaytay. Ayos, di ba? So, yun na nga, me and my wife have been looking for properties dito sa bandang Tagaytay area, Tagaytay, Alfonso, Mendez. Kasi we love going to Tagaytay every now and then. Yun yung go-to place namin if we want to unwind. Ever since tumira kami sa Antipolo, we have been going to Tagaytay almost every other month or more frequent as needed. Yun ang tambayan namin or puntahan namin if we want to distress. Kaya nga maka-unwind man lang. Reason being is it is the closest place na maganda ang view, maganda ang climate, and there's a lot of restaurant that offers good food, di ba? Napakaganda. And you know, just like everyone else, we were actually hoping or basically wishing na magkaroon kami ng property there na di pong para hindi na kami check-in and check-in sa hotel. And also it would really be, you know, it would really be a very good investment if we have a property sa Tagaytay, because for all we know, prices in Tagaytay keeps shooting up even after the volcanic eruption ng Taal. Hindi in-expect namin bababa siya pero actually the opposite happened. Tumaas pa nga yung value sa Tagaytay for some reason. We know because we have been, you know, scouting for properties in Tagaytay until such time na tipong wow, sobrang mahal talaga yung property na tipong we can only wish to buy one. So for some time kinalimutan na namin tumingin-tingin ng property kasi alam mo yun, you have been looking for property tapos ang mahal, hindi mo naman kaya, nakaka-frustrate lang, and in some ways, you know, nakakababa ng moral. But then again, late last year, a family friend actually contacted us and offered her property at a very, very affordable price, discounted by as much as almost 50%. Alam mo yung presyo sa Tagaytay, having to find a property at around 50% discount, it is something that is very hard to pass on, di ba? Parang mahirap mag-pass even if wala kang pera. Gagawa mo ng paraan because even if on a loan, after paying off the loan, tubo ko na agad eh. Alam mo yun? But then again, we're not really buying a property for buy and sell. Talagang gusto namin ng property primarily because we want a retirement home in Tagaytay. Yun eh. Now, going back to our friend, yung family friend kasi namin has a number of properties here in the Philippines, and that friend is no longer planning to return back to the Philippines, and she wants to just stay put in America with her husband who just recently passed away. She no longer finds any reason for her to actually go back to the Philippines. That is why she is actually letting go all her properties here in Manila, or basically here in Luzon. Since alam nung family friend namin na naghahanap talaga kami ng properties sa Tagaytay, even if we're not really seriously looking to buy one, naisip niya, kami agad din naisip niya when she was actually trying to sell her property. We were the first one to be offered ng property na yon at a very, very, very good price. It's really hard to actually pass the opportunity, diba? I don't think that we'll have another such opportunity na darating sa amin. That is why even if wala tayong budget at hand and we're not really prepared buying that property, ginawa natin ang paraan just for us to actually be able to purchase the property na ino-offer sa atin. Now, I didn't actually go blindly accepting the offer, di ba? Gumawa rin naman tayo ng studies eh. So we do the math and we actually sought advice or advices from different friends. All of them say the same thing, di ba? It's really too good of an opportunity to just let it pass. Gawin mo ng paraan. Besides, at the end of the day, at the very start of the purchase, tubo ka na agad at around 50%. Even with the interest of the bank, tubo na rin yan eh. And besides that, properties in Tagaytay appreciate that much. So you couldn't really say how much it would be worth in say 5 years from now, diba? It's really hard to pass on this opportunity. That is why we made all efforts to actually acquire a loan from the bank. And ayun nga, nakuha na natin. And what we are doing now is actually work on the transfer of the title to our name. This time around, we do all the legwork. Kami na talaga yung naglakad, from the clearance to the real property tax, the BIR payment, the capital gains, etc., etc. So yun, at start we were actually looking at the possibility of having an agent work on the transfer itself. Higa nga sila na maglalakad. Unfortunately, we don't know anyone who can actually work on the transfer. Secondly, kinakabahan kami kasi dahil nga sa wala kaming kilala, we just don't know anyone na mapagkakatiwalaan talaga. So, mahirap lang ipagkatiwala sa iba kasi yung paglakad nito. So, we decided na tipong kami na mismo mag-aayos ng papel. And it's actually tiring. We've been going back to Tagaytay and Trece Martires, pabalik-balik for several days already. Mahirap kasing pumila sa mga government agencies like Registry of Deeds just to ask for a copy, certified true copy of the title itself. It took us half a day. Tapos tatakbo namin sa BIR yun, sa Trece Martires, back and forth, ubos oras, ubos gas, and it's very exhausting. But at the end of the day, thinking that you're one step closer to owning your own property here in Tagaytay, it's definitely all worth the effort na tipong binibigay natin dito. Now, on the other side of things, this event in our life basically unexpected. Although we were actually looking for properties in Tagaytay, it is just wishful thinking na tipong makakabili talaga kami. Kasi first of all, we don't have that amount of money na pambayad doon sa lupa. Kasi we have been looking at properties in Tagaytay, and we normally see 10 million, 15 million, even just the outskirts of Tagaytay. Ang mahal, grabe. Now, if we would actually look for just lots only, mostly nang binibenta is yung mga farm. And personally, I don't care about farm. I don't want farm. I want the property to be within a gated community, parang exclusive subdivision. Para nga, since hindi ko pa naman tatayuan ng bahay, that's one less worry for me. Since it is within a gated subdivision, I don't have to worry about land grabbing or people squatting on my property. I wouldn't be in this property kasi I would still be living in Antipolo kasi. I would only be visiting this property once in a while when I go to Tagaytay. Probably in the future, retiring, yun, pwede pa, pero not at this point. Diba? And it is good na tipong yung nakuha namin is within a gated community. So, with all the amenities na tipong hinahanap namin, like, you know, a clubhouse, swimming pool, basketball courts, etc., etc., and a very good ambience dun sa community na yon. Parang parang naka-jackpot kami in a way. Very good property in a very good environment, gated environment, at a very reasonable and affordable price, di ba? Now, the thing is, there are so many overhead costs that you have to factor in when you are trying to budget for the purchase of the property. And that is what we actually found out when we bought this property. Dun pa lang sa paglakad ng papeles, paying the capital gains, documentary stamps, and everything, dun pa lang ubus na yung ipon ko. We are actually looking at around more than 200,000 just for the expenses ng pag-acquire ng property. And that does not include the actual purchase price ng property. Di ba? Mahal. Kaya ngayon, well, basically, we're dry. Ubus-ubus tayo, simot-simot. Pero so far, may mga naman tayo, may mga tabi-tabi naman tayo. So we are able to somehow get by. Now, why am I saying this? Remember in my previous vlog, I was actually contemplating on buying a new bike. Actually, there was a budget before, although limited, not enough for me to buy a big bike, but enough for me to buy something like an XSR. Ano pa ba yung other choice ko? An XSR or a Smart Pillen, or something that would be really enticing for me to achieve my goal for that bike, which is DGR, off-road, etc. Now, what would happen to my plans? Well, for the time being, I need to be honest, that would be scrapped. Because of the expenses that I had incurred in the processing of the papers of my newly acquired property. As I mentioned nga, gumastos na tayo ng more than 200,000 at this point, and I'm expecting more in the coming months. Yung budget natin for another bike got reallocated to a more purposeful objective and property acquisition. So, does that mean natin pong kakalimutan na natin yung ating wish for another bike? Well, I wouldn't really say that it is down the drain. It is just that I'll have to postpone it for the time being. Set my priorities for the time being, kasi expenses won't end at the purchase of the property. Definitely, for one, extra expenditures paying out the loan, and second, we are expecting additional expenses maintaining the property, even if it's just a lot, right? Meron pa ring expenses involved in maintaining a property, like taxes and maintenance, etc. But then again, even stepping back, I do believe we made a good decision. Won't you agree? Pero yun, sa ngayon, yun muna. We are already at Tagaytay. Nararamdaman na natin kasi lumalamig na yung hangin. And that's what I like about Tagaytay. Then again, I'll get back to you pag nakarating na tayo dun sa property namin. Okay? So ayun guys, right now we're just resting dito sa tapat ng property natin, which is that end of the block, 2 corner lots. Ayan yun. So ang mangyari kasi is we bought this property, lot property lang, wala kasamang bahay. We plan to build a house here probably in 5 to 10 years time as a retirement home, pero for the time being we will leave a gazebo here, yung nabibiling parang kubo, so that every now and then we will visit this property. Tapos may matatambayan kaming kubo for the time being. Ayan o. Malaki yung lot actually. The lot consists of 2 lots. So basically yung entong block, yung entire entong block, yun yung actually magiging property namin. Nagandahan dito, on one side of our property, eto, perimeter fence na yan. So in a way, wala kami actually kaagaw even if we decide to park along the street. Malawak yung kalsada doon. Wala kaming kaagaw dito sa side na to. So hindi namin magiging problema yung street parking. And besides, halos wala naman tao dito eh. Just look at this property, di ba? From there, yung paliko doon, yung stretch na yan, hanggang doon sa other side na yun, amin yun. Lahat yun, lilinisin namin lagi. Yun lang ang downside nun. Pero so far, wala naman kami nakikitang kalat. Oh. Tignan mo, ang linis dito. Everywhere, walang kalat. Imagine yung mga tipong magiging kapitbahay namin. Oh. Ganda ng bahay, di ba? Very American. Sana ganyan din maging bahay namin. Ganda, di ba? And the ambience itself, since we're just across the clubhouse with the swimming pool, yung ambience itself is very good. Maraming puno, and the sights itself, napakaganda. Panalo actually. I really love this property. I would probably say naka-jackpot kami dito. But for the time being, ayusin ko muna yung pag-settle ng association just dito. Then we'll get a clearance. Then we'll go back to the bank and settle all the necessary documentations. Okay? Alright mga boss. Ayan, nabisita na natin yung ating property. So yun, nakita nyo. I guess probably everyone would agree. The property I bought seems to be a very good investment, diba? Maganda naman eh. The environment is very good. It's very peaceful. The amenities looks complete. It has a swimming pool. The best thing of all, we got the property at a very good price. Yun. So yun, as we speak, Cavite nyo na rin tayo. So shoutout sa mga taga Cavite. Hi neighbors. So yun lang guys, I guess I'll end my vlog here. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, again, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and give me a shout out in the comment section. And if you're not subscribed yet, do subscribe to my channel, BossTL PH, and click that notification bell to be notified of our new uploads. Okay? Again, as I always say, stay awesome, stay safe. See you in the next episode. Bye for now.